with FrontRunner, I mean, what's your journey been like there? And I guess the way I'm just trying to think how to best visualize this. I mean, what examples have you got of being at FrontRunner as global team captain, but obviously your journey as a member as well that have stood out for you? And I guess that will give people an idea of generically what FrontRunner is and how
Mm.
impactful it is as well.
Well, if we start as a member, of course, having the opportunity to meet the other, first of all, Swedish ASICS FrontRunner members. I remember our first team meeting. And that is just also amazing when you meet like-minded people, but everyone, like you said, everyone has their own unique story and why they're running and how they started running and where they are in running as well. But that meant a lot just to be able to have that opportunity to connect. And then in my role, I would say I've been so fortunate. My role has taken me all across the world, but also I think the most important part is the people you meet. Wherever I go, you're meeting the other ASICS FrontRunner members, connecting with them, but also having the opportunity to create something for them in my role, right? For
Yeah.
example, at these international team meetings or whatever events we do, of course, then I have the opportunity to think like, okay, what would they appreciate? How can we offer them something that is special and unique for them? And that aligns really well also with the sound mind, sound body message that we have. And I think that is also something that makes this community special, having that philosophy and that foundation. Um, I don't know. I think it just breathes some warmth and care into the community. Yeah.
You actually kind of went on to my next question, to be honest, looking at sound mind, sound body, and how much that's interwoven into front running. Are you able to speak more about that? Because we do live in an age now where mental health awareness has increased, but there is still a large amount to do.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I think again that's where that sort of yeah, we do amazing stuff. We travel, we have big events and so forth, but we also have this sort of caring side and aspects of it where running is it's not for times, it's not for the likes on the grams and so forth, but it's really for your mental well-being. And I think that
Yeah.
has also made our community accessible while well, it can be daunting with bigger groups, right? And you see some people on Instagram, and it looks like, how can I be part of that community? But here, I would say it's a safe space to really be yourself, and because when we're running for a sound mind and a sound body, that's a different connector, I would say, and we have in our community so many amazing stories on what running means to people, whether that's coming to a different country for different reasons and finding yourself not speaking the language and then maybe struggling then with your mental health and then finding running and connecting with people, but also the feeling that running gives you or whatever challenges and struggles that life throws at you, because that is really life. And then having running and having that mental uplift that you get and all the positive benefits from running, I think it's just super powerful. And I think that is something that really makes our community unique.
Are there any examples of you're going to mention yourself there, but are there any examples of people that you've seen without naming names, but people that you've seen at the front runner group where you talk about the diversity element, the community aspect, etc., and sound mind, sound body being so integral to that, where you've looked at people who have been a part of that front runner kind of group, and you've gone, "Whoa, okay, that is a hell of a journey, a hell of a story to talk about."
So many. But yeah, of course. I mean, we have, all right, yeah, without naming names and getting into, of course, we have the really they're really sort of dramatic stories, right? Everything from a member who were diagnosed with MS and basically feeling like, life is over, but then finding running and getting stronger through running, but also so much mentally stronger through running and overcoming a lot of those the hindrances that MS can give you. And
Yeah.
for this member, they say like, running is my second medicine. Or another member who became visually impaired, almost lost all their sight, but then still found running and now runs with a guide and just excelled and sort of got their life back and purpose and definitely that mental resilience. So we have so many of those stories, but of course, then we also have the more the everyday stories, and I think those are equally important. Like, how do you navigate through life with stress and family and conventions and so forth, and then just having running and feeling that this could really help balance out a lot of the negative stuff with a lot of the pressure in life.
I mean, you're right in saying everyone is so different and everyone has their own
Yeah.
individualistic story, but actually there is someone out there who that is relatable to them as well. I mean, talking about what the community kind of offers to its members, I'm right in saying there's kind of an initiative with something called Dr. Amit Mystery, which FrontRunner has recently been involved in as well. It started out with elite athletes, but that's now gone down to the community. Are you able to open up more about that and actually the impacts of what that has within ASICS as well?
Absolutely. And I think that is also one initiative that we're super proud of, that it's so much part of what represents the brand, right? We're not only celebrating our athletes when or ambassadors when they're achieving something, but we're also there for them, yeah, through those seasons and through any challenges that they might face. As my colleague is going
All
back
good,
to
all good.
sleep. Uh, what started for the athletes, we wanted to make sure that we could support them also if they were going through any struggles with their well-being, their mental well-being, and and since this is at the heart and core of what we do, is also a natural progress for us to extend it also to our ambassadors. So basically, it's a confidential, on-demand service so they can get mental health support if needed. And then we are working with a renowned psychiatrist, Dr. Amit Mistry, who's working from the Nightingale Hospital in London.
Yeah.
If there's anything, they can reach out anonymously to him and get and set up then a first assessment and then get support. So I think, and that also knowing that, I think, again, knowing that you are in a community and you know that this is available to you, just that sense of knowing that, hey, if there anything I feel, then I know also this brand will take care of me and I have this service. Um, that also just adds to the atmosphere of the community.
I mean, how impactful has that been so far? Just generally, have you noticed any kind of tangible differences that that has actually
Absolutely.
people coming?
Well, first of all, we
Thank you so much.
did. I'm sorry, what was the last part?
Sorry, people have said you come up to you and said thank you, so much for this service because it has made a difference.
Yeah, so first of all, we had some intro sessions with Dr. Amit, which was open for everyone, so they can become aware of what we're offering and how it works, but also get to know Dr. Amit Mistry and his approach and ask any questions they might have. And the feedback from that was just overwhelmingly positive. And just saying, thank you so much for this opportunity. It was great to be able to open up. There's some things that I feel like sometimes, like, can I share how I'm feeling? Can I ask certain questions? And now I know it's totally sort of allowed. And also, again, just knowing that the service is here. And then the feedback so far is also since it's confidential, right? We don't
Yeah,
know who is using the service, but we know that people are, and we also the only thing that we can sort of know is that okay, how many has completed the different steps and so
yeah.
forth, and how many are reaching out. But yeah, the feedback from those intro sessions have been absolutely amazing. So
Just the final few points from me before we finish off.
yeah.
Firstly, I just wanted to gauge what your thoughts are on this boom in running right now. We just have 1.1 million people apply for next year's London Marathon, for example, and you've got so many 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons across Europe and America and all over the world, which, the participation numbers are on the increase. And it seems that people generically, whether COVID was kind of the catalyst or whether it was kind of a side effect of that, it does seem more people now are focused on their mental health and the ability to get out and get fit and their well-being, but we still have so much more to do. I mean, for you, what do you make of the rise in mass participation running, but then also the elements of the impact more so of exercise for well-being generally?
Yeah. No, I think it's incredible to see this running boom that it's actually still growing, and I think that's also what's unique with running, right? You're not competing against anyone. You're just doing it for yourself. And I think the barrier for starting with running is getting lower and lower. So it feels like this is for everyone. And I'm hoping that also us as ASICS FrontRunner is helping to promote running in the best way to show that it is for everyone. And also the aspect of running not for performance, but running for what it gives you and
Yeah,
how it makes
yeah.
you feel, you know? And I think that is opening up so many, running up for to so many more people across the world.
Just final point from me, David, before we finish off. The journey that you've had at Front Runner is pretty obvious. I mean, what's the goal? What are the big ambitions with ASICS Front Runner for both yourself and the community in general? And have there been any events so far which have stood out kind of to you as well within that journey?
Yeah, well, I mean, our goal is to keep inspiring people to move for a sound mind and sound body. That is our ambition. That is our mission. Of course, if we could get everyone around the world to start running, then a mission completed, basically. But then keep everyone moving, I would say, would be our next goal, right? But for the community itself, to keep evolving, to keep giving the opportunity to more people and to take on board new perspectives, new backgrounds, and highlight our members in the best possible way, and to really again showcase our diversity and hopefully also with that inspire even more people to run and move. Um, and when I think back on things that stand out. It's so many. It feels like it's unfair to mention one thing over the other, but um, one really huge event that we did was we had our international team meeting during the World Athletics Championships, actually, in Budapest.
Budapest, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that was our biggest team meeting. So we were 150 ambassadors from across 27 different countries, I believe.
Wow, wow.
And that was pretty huge. And what set that apart, I would say, was not only, the numbers, but also we organized our own little championships on Margaret Island, which is a beautiful small little island with its own stadium.
Remember it well. If that's in Budapest, is that the one with the track around the
Yeah,
island?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Remember that was very hot. Well, it's about 38 degrees when we were there. So
So
yeah,
hot.
yeah.
Yeah. But that was and that was really massive. And also we had then some of our members are our former Olympians or current coaches, and just seeing everyone, taking on their different roles during our mini championships and rising to the occasion. And then we had a shakeout run where we actually had a motorcade, like some police on motorcycles securing the way in the crossways along the route that we were running. So it was quite spectacular, and just to have the chance to bring so many people together, and then to be there also with ASICS, and then supporting all the athletes during the different disciplines, maybe especially the marathon where we were cheering for everyone along the course. So yeah, that's something that really stands out, I would say.